Hi there, Mike Brady with Generosity Wealth Management, a comprehensive full-service financial firm headquartered right here in Boulder, Colorado. Today I want to talk about how investing and life is more like poker than it is chess. And I got a lot of these ideas that I'm going to share with you today from an interview and a book that I read by Annie Duke. And I'm going to put a link in the newsletter and in the transcript of this. Annie Duke, Thinking in Bets. And when I heard her interview on this podcast, it was like she was speaking right to me because that's the way I think. And so, of course, I thought she was brilliant. And if you watch my videos going back, 7, 8, 9 years, you'll hear that I talk in, well, let's increase our probability of success. And I think the odds are, because that's really the way life and investing is. Let's think about chess for a second. Chess, there's these pieces on the board. All of them are visible, okay? You see it, and so does your opponent. And with that, with all that visibility, it's a completely logical game. The person who is the more experienced, the person who is the better player, should always win. And if that person doesn't win, then they can go back piece by piece or play by play and say, oh, this is where I made a mistake, okay? That's not the case with poker. Let's talk about poker for a bit. You don't get to see all the cards, so there's a hidden element there. It's all a bunch of odds. You might have an 85% probability, 90%, but there's still 10% that you could be wrong. And that doesn't mean that you were wrong because the outcome went against you, but there were things that you didn't know. There were unforeseen things, and there is luck, okay? Who has run a red light? Most of us would raise our hand, even if it's only once in our life or if it's once a day, okay? Just because you run a red light doesn't mean you automatically get hit, although it dramatically increases your odds of getting hit. Just like if you're following the rules, you go through a green light, it doesn't guarantee that you won't get hit, T-boned by somebody else. So there's factors outside of our control that we have to understand. When we're looking at a poker game, okay, a typical poker hand of professionals might take 2 minutes. So therefore you might have 30 hands in an hour. And a professional poker player is going to know the odds, has to work really hard to know the odds, to play the game, to be cool. Maybe there's a string of bad luck that you have, but you stick to your particular core, knowing that you're a really good player. You know the odds better than the people that you're playing against. And, you just can't get too emotional one way or the other. If you've ever seen a poker game, nobody's jumping up and down when they win, or 2 or 3 or 4 hands, or they're getting super depressed. Maybe amateurs are, but definitely not the professionals. So investing is very similar. We can do the best that we can with all the different variables that are known to us. We can come up with a strategy. We can say, wow, I think the market's going to do this. I think the market's going to do that. And we could be wrong because there's going to be things that are unforeseen. They're going to be the future. Nobody knows the future. Okay, so that by definition is going to be a variable that we're not able to account for fully. So therefore, what do? What we do is we, of course, look at a diversified portfolio. We say, well, how can I not stick my neck out so much that if that 10% or that 20% or whatever the number is that I'm wrong, I'm really, I'm really stuck, that I've lost so much. How much are you willing to risk? And so diversified portfolio, very, very important. Staying in it for the long term. If you find your strategy that works with your risk level, your tolerance, that allows you to stay emotionally cool, okay, it's got to be a long term. If you're a poker player, it might be many hours. If you are an investor, it should be many years. And so you've got to keep that in mind as well, okay? So life is, full of unknown variables. So we try to increase our knowledge. We try to increase so we can make the best decisions. We try to learn from those decisions as well. But it's not a chess game. It's not a guarantee. So if you're looking for a guarantee, then investing in life, you come to the wrong place because you're never going to get that. You're going to be continually disappointed. Mike Brady, Generosity Wealth Management, 303-747-6455. You have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.